Studzy was a tier 2 Apex pro playing in the NA scene under Impact Gaming. At the time, Studzy had also started playing a lot with Fade and gaining notoriety when Mooman, his teammate at the time, noticed something was off with his shots. Eventually, Mooman took it to Studzy's VODs and started investigating the suspected cheater's point of view, only to realize that the small things he noticed in spectator view wasn't just a spectator bug. Studzy's bullets were curving onto targets. This is usually known as a silent aimbot that helps you hit shots without actually locking on to make it a little less obvious that you're using digital assistance. Mooman shared his findings on the Apex Twitter, and it instantly took off. It was shared to Reddit, and Studzy reacted in a interesting way. He instantly owned up to it on Twitter, called it an experiment, and said that he wasn't alone in cheating. Studzy went as far as to claim that there were plenty of other cheaters in the scene and that he would procure evidence, but failed to do so and eventually ended up deleting tweets dating 4 years back before seemingly deleting his Twitter account and disappearing from the face of the earth. It's such a bizarre situation that I'd love to provide you guys with the tweet longer, but he went scorched earth, so the best I can give you is the history of all the responses to his tweets. Studzy never proved his claims, but he wasn't the first and definitely not the last pro to get banned from Apex, as the next more well-known pro would be Lu, who was playing for FlyQuest at the time. Lu's streams had been grinding for the #1 Predator spot and was the highest rated Apex Predator, being the only player who had reached over 100,000 RP points in the old system. He's also known for his tracking and impeccable recoil control through jitter aiming. But with the fame came the accusations, and Lu was constantly under fire by the Apex Legends community, clipping suspect moments and spreading it around. At one point, somebody at Respawn must have been convinced by these threads as they banned his account. After shaking off the initial disbelief, Lu submitted an unban request, and after EA had dug into the issue, they cleared his name and unbanned his account. You have to remember, Lu has played on LAN, he is LAN proven. But for a while, despite being unbanned, a large part of the community was convinced that this high-rated Predator and pro player was a cheater. While Lu ended up on a nice, happy ending, this next pro player was banned over a year ago, was supposed to be unbanned after a year, but then ended up getting banned again once he had made a return to the game. Of course, I'm talking about Yura. Yura had a lot of sus moments popping off of players in pubs, in ranked, and most importantly, scrims and tournaments. And the whole professional scene was suspecting that his skill was just too good to be true, with the professional player leading the movement. It went so far that #BanYura was floating around on Twitter, coupled with a lot of odd-looking clips to add onto the dog pile.
Okay, let me show you guys a clip of Yura, the best player in Apex Legends ever. Let's look at Yura as he pushes. He gets this kill on the Pathfinder. It's nothing really special. He's just shooting a Pathfinder, right? It's not a big deal. Sprays the Wraith, you know, flicks a little bit to the side because he saw a guy. That's not a big deal. I can do that as well. I'm just as good as Yura Twitch. But now, let's watch that again. Let's watch that in 0.25, right? He's shooting the Wraith, like he's holding his shoot button. And then, wham! Okay, it snaps right on the caustic. He's like, holy balls, I just toggled onto the caustic, and he throws his mouse to the side, because he realized what happened.
To the bandwagon's delight, Respawn eventually ended up banning Yura, only to unban him later after what we assume was the same appeal that Lu had gone through, only to ban Yura again. Russian Apex pros defended Yura and claimed that he was legit, with the whole ordeal turning into this massive PR nightmare. Respawn went as far as to do something they have never done before. They went on record to comment about it. To prove his innocence, Yura had been going as far as to play out of a net cafe to prove that he was legit, and he was even pleading with Respawn to fly him out and let him play in front of them to prove that he wasn't cheating and it was all skill while in person. This request was denied or ignored for obvious reasons, and Yura remained banned. We don't know whether Yura was actually cheating or not, but Respawn said they had evidence beyond a reasonable doubt that he was cheating and that they weren't going off circumstantial evidence. It's good that they're careful about this stuff because getting wrongfully banned from a game can ruin professional players or streamers' entire careers, where a good reputation is the only difference between being labeled as skilled or a cheater. For obvious reasons, they didn't present this evidence, but if we would speculate and assume there's a small chance Yura wasn't actually cheating, maybe he could have gotten caught up in a booster situation. Many pros, especially back then, get paid to play on others' accounts to make money while playing because, let's face it, you don't really get that much money if you're an Apex pro, and there's a chance that Yura logged into someone else's account to do his thing. Then the customer might have come back to purchase a boost from someone else who ended up cheating on his account, and when the customer eventually was banned, anyone who had made contact in his chain of custody got wiped as well. This has happened before with other players, and we have even had evidence of Yura himself boosting through certain forums, and as I mentioned, the ban remains to this day. Another Russian professional who got wrongfully banned is S, who used to play for Luminosity Gaming. Apex OGs might recognize her as the female player at the Apex preseason invitational LAN, who was tearing it up along Extens and Xenia, finishing in the 5th place out of 80 teams and earning a total of $39,000. Safe to say, she was LAN proven. But on a stream on the 28th of December 2021, she was playing ranked, having a jolly good time when she was banned live on stream. edesu immediately took to Twitter, tagging Hideouts, who is the man responsible for bans in Apex, to get the issue resolved. This was immediately followed by the rest of the Apex community dogpiling on Hideouts, claiming that he had only paid attention to NA and that he didn't care about what happened in the EU. Not even 24 hours later, edesu tweeted out that she was unbanned, stating that there was a mistake or a false positive that got her banned. She added that Hideouts did help her out, and she went as far as to ask the commenters to stop giving him a hard time. But if you don't keep up with the professional scene, these names might be unknown to you, but I guarantee you've heard of the next one. On December 15th, 2019, Ninja tried to load up a game of Apex only to discover that for whatever reason, his account had been banned. This event was incredibly strange as Ninja hadn't been suspected of cheating or anything of the sorts before. Even worse, Ninja had been presenting the award for the best multiplayer game of the year to Apex Legends that year. The Apex Legends subreddit instantly started speculating, guessing that he might have been banned due to mass reporting, triggering an auto-ban by easy anti-cheat, and the following day, after getting unbanned, Ninja shared his thoughts on the situation.
No, that Apex ban is definitely not clickbait. I was banned last night. We have no idea why.
Yeah,
like,
you were banned.
We didn't even start playing. So it would queue me up.
We didn't even play the game.
Yeah.
We couldn't even play.
I haven't played that game in like 6 months. I queued up into the game, and then as we found the match, it would kick me out. Twice. It gave me the same. I was like, maybe it was just a one-time thing. Then we queued up again, got into the match, and then it was just like, you're banned. Which is very strange to me.
I wonder if it's probably on accident.
It is 100% not. It's not on purpose. I have not done anything.
Or maybe there's angry.
Plus, I haven't hacked it on that game in like a year, so there's just no way.
And that is interesting because while, as you see, there are quite a few false positives, sometimes even the most blatant hackers manage to slip through the cracks, leading to some hackers testing the waters to see how far they can get before they get struck. Most notably, we're currently seeing an influx of TikTok hackers showcasing their cheats for an incredibly high amount of viewers, and back in April 2019, the streamer and cheater Enzi made a stream showcasing himself using very blatant hacks, including the cheating overlays, and going as far as titling his stream Cheating on Apex. After his first game had finished and before he could load into the second one, Enzi was manually banned. However, after such a fast response, Enzi just loaded into another account and managed to play for up to 2 hours before all of his accounts were struck and he ended the stream. He made it incredibly clear that he was cheating and probably wanted to see how long it would take for Respawn to take action, and thankfully they responded fast this time. And speaking of testing the waters, who can forget Water got him? This guy used to be one of the largest content creators in the Apex scene, really just reporting on Apex Legends news, but he flew too close to the sun. All for a gun charm, a dive trail, and an animated badge. Around the mid-2021, there was an exploit that allowed you to DDoS console lobbies, meaning that by attacking the servers, you could take them down and refund all of your RP. There were many whispers and DMs behind the scene about this type of stuff, and Water went as far as to contact some characters to learn how to set up the means of DDoSing servers from his setup. Players had also been doubting the legitimacy of his RP gain, as he'd gain thousands of rank points off stream, but then barely get any result while being live. Eventually, he went as far as to DDoS live on stream. As you can see here, he was standing still for a bit, while you can hear his keyboard clicking away, then coming back completely dumbfounded as to why the server suddenly went down.
Wait, what the f? Bro, not again.
This was all posted in an expose video by ICOps, and Hideouts, the security guy, announced that they would look into it. After some consideration, he was banned live on stream with some sweet tears.
Please help me. Like, can you guys like report this to PlayStation or something, please? Like, this guy just is trolling me so hard.
The downfall of Water is a tragic, but obviously deserved one, and if you guys are interested in a full video on his rise and fall, make sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments. But let's move on with the video. Moving on, the well-known Apex Legends Prodigy, Menzi, also had his brush with the banhammer back in September 2021, as one of his Smurf accounts got banned for cheating. Mendo tweeted out that, hey, I've got him banned, showing a message stating that because his account was cheating, they had permanently blocked access to Apex Legends' online features. EA Help, their Twitter support account, responded to the tweet, asking him to reach out, only to get reshowed in the process. Another well-known player, or I guess in his own regional community, who got banned for cheating was Few FPS, and I probably butchered that pronunciation really bad. He was the world leader in Apex Legends kills at the time. The EA partner had been accused of wall hacking in the South American Pro League, with the first round of evidence emerging from Stall. Stall showcased these clips where Few seemed to have a game sense that was a little too good. But this didn't really go anywhere, and when the second round of accusations made the rounds, this garnered the attention of certain North American ALGS pros, and the clips started spreading like wildfire. This second video was pretty damning, as you could see Few adjusting his aim to pre-aim where the enemies were and putting himself in the proper position not to get caught out if they would peek him. He even knew where the enemies took a wide angle and prepared from them pushing from that way instead. After this had made the rounds on March 15th, 2022, Few was manually banned. But a few days later, like so many other times in this video, he received an unban. Later that year, on July 20th, Few announced that he had been invited to the South American Pro League that year. But we actually didn't see him participate in the year's season, and as of the time of this recording, we haven't seen him compete ever again. And who can forget Ottr's famous Vault clip, which to this day is one of the most viewed clips in the Apex Legends Twitch directory. Spoiler alert, I wasn't, and I'm still not cheating, but Respawn were convinced otherwise after this clip went viral, and banned me for about 30 minutes before the ban eventually got reverted and I got to play again. Many players still doubt whether this was legit to this day, and I guess I can't be surprised because Respawn themselves didn't understand what happened. So for you guys doubting, hitting a vault over an object will reset your aim upwards. I just happened to still be shooting when vaulting, which reset my aim upwards and hit the other guy for a little bit of damage, which was enough to kill him. Still, figured it would be worth him. And if Apex Legends hackers are interesting to you, you might want to check out this video for the craziest cheats in Apex Legends history. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.